Hey, it's time to answer some questions in my comment section, so let's get started. First one comes from Rafael Toro. It says, Mr. Bruce, this is a question and request. What operating system is least intrusive between Mac OS and Windows 10? I know there's a way to modify privacy settings in Windows and the Mac to modify how much or how little we share. Can you discuss which system is better without applying default settings? By the way, thanks for the excellent video. Hey, no problem, Raphael. Hands down, it's going to be out of the box. Default settings is going to be Mac OS 10 all the way, especially since the introduction of Windows 10. Now, I happen to be a big fan of Windows 10. Love Windows 10. Think it's a great operating system. But Microsoft has clearly made this system to give a lot of telemetry right out of the box. So when you first install and go into Windows 10, there's a lot of information about you being shared with Microsoft and its affiliate partners, and you want to go through very carefully and disable and turn off as much as you can. So as far as defaults go, if I'm understanding your question correctly, Mac OS 10, a lot simpler to deal with. Simply go into System Preferences and then Privacy or Security and Privacy settings. It's all right there. But Apple's not gathering all the telemetry that Microsoft is at this time. That's one of the trade-offs. But ultimately, the best of them all is going to be a Linux installation, really, for privacy and security from the get-go. Both companies, Apple and Microsoft, are definitely wanting to market to you and using the operating system, features of the operating system to get that data back to them is a big, big deal. And that's just part of the turf. But ultimately, Mac OS 10 for the win when it comes to privacy and security out of the box. Now, there's tools out there that can get Windows 10 and turn off all the invasive stuff that's going on. But it seems to be like a game of cat and mouse with Microsoft. They seem to figure out how to turn some of that stuff back on. Hopefully that answers your question. This question was in response to my video about the 5 reasons if you're on a Windows PC not to switch to the Mac ecosystem. And I got to put this into context. Somebody wrote that I did the video in iMovie. Actually, I edited it in Sony Vegas Pro 13 or Sony Vegas 13 Pro 13. And then that started a chain back and forth where I mentioned, look, I own 3 Macs, so I do know what I'm talking about here. But one of them is in storage. Somebody writes, Dan Smith, can I have the one in storage? No, you cannot. It's a 2009 Mac Pro, single quad-core Xeon CPU in it. I've upgraded the RAM to 16 gigs. I put an SSD in it, a GTX 660 video card. It's a nice tower, but it is a 2009. It's getting really, really to be a very old machine. And if I want to upgrade it to the newest version of Mac OS this fall, I'm going to have to do a firmware update, EFI firmware update, to make it think that it's a 2010 model. No big deal. I just don't know if I want to do it. I'll probably just end up selling it for a few $100. The next question comes from Emil T. Emil writes, I fail to see the purpose of these reasons not to videos. It's like 5 reasons not to change anything. Emil, why are you watching the video? I put it right in the title of the video, 5 reasons. If you don't like those kind of videos, why the hell are you watching them, Emil? Why? And then bitch about it in the comments. Go away. Go away. Look, I make these kind of videos because there's a demand for these kind. I mean, come on. Top 10 lists, all this stuff. They do really, really well. Don't be goofy. The next question comes from Tochka Gotchka. Also, from the video did about 5 reasons not to switch to Mac from the PC. He's quoting me when I said OS 10 feels stale. How on earth did this shill, that's me, I'm a shill. Okay, that's fine. Reach that conclusion. It's software, not food. I just, you know what, it's just a descriptive word how I feel that maybe Apple could put a fresh coat of paint on this OS. It still looks basically the same as it has for the last decade. There's been obviously some fit and finish there, but it would be kind of nice to see Apple really revise the Mac OS desktop. I like what Microsoft's done with OS 10, I like what Microsoft has done with the look of Windows, And to me, it's a personal preference. If you like that was just one of many, many things. It was one of many, many things. But if you like the way Mac OS X looks, there you go, keep it. It's a personal preference. The next question comes from Robin Malley, who wants to know why I didn't buy the Curve now. And he's talking about the widescreen display I have. Hey, that's a great question, Robin. And I've checked out the Curve displays, and the problem I have is I kind of sit sort of close to them, and it plays crazy tricks with my eyes, the curves, and I just don't think it would have worked out in my particular case. Now, if I wasn't doing so much stuff all day long on the PC and I was using it mainly for gaming, probably the Curve would have made more sense. But I've heard other people, talking about editing video on a Curve monitor, and it kind of makes things look a little bit weird, especially in a long timeline. And it just seemed to make sense for me. But there's certainly nothing wrong with the Curve monitor. Hell, maybe I should have gotten one. But like I said, I looked at one, and it sort of, like I said, I just got this distortion in the side, so it really wasn't going to work out for me. Okay, the next question comes from Bill Baldwin. How you doing, Bill? Bill's been a great friend of the channel. Wants to know, can I do more small business videos like this more frequently, please? Now, he's referring to the video I did about starting a business for under $1,000. Bill, I would love to do more business type videos, but the reality is I started this channel as a technology channel, and whenever I go off on that whole business tangent, I don't get that many views on them. So it's kind of an interesting thing. Now, if I talk about business technology, those do pretty well. But if I just talk about starting a business and business tips and business ideas, business classes, those kind of videos don't do as well for me, which is unfortunate because I really enjoy doing it. So I tell you what I'll do. If you have a business type question, go ahead and leave questions for me in the comments. And then when I make my Q&A type videos, I will try to answer them. I'll be on the lookout for them. How's that? Is that fair enough? And that's going to do it for this Q&A session for this week. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, everybody.